So, in this video, we're gonna be watching a Bronze 5 Kiriko. They said they've been playing on PC for like 5 or 6 months now, so my guess is with the release of Overwatch 2. Basically, this was a good game, and apparently the tank was saying that it was because they weren't getting healed. So, I'm very curious to see kind of how that goes across the board here, all right? So, there we go. We're gonna watch, see how this goes. Give some feedback if we can. We're gonna enjoy it. Like I said, no bingo card with it, but very much the same vibe of the bingo card. Let's see what happens. First of all, I love that you are playing really far back right now. Okay, so already, a recommendation I have for you. I always talk about how I don't want to play this far up. Normally on this map, I like to play further back because of this how it plays. This is obviously how it plays in like top 500, so it plays differently in each rank. If all of your team is up there, it's better that you're up there with your team than being the one person back here. So, first suggestion is be there with your team, all right? Plus, when you play this far back, it's taking a little bit more travel time on your heals. Yeah, you definitely meant to travel. Wait. First of all, did that Ramatra say that you weren't healing? I'm gonna be real with you. Listen, I do think you were playing really far back. But if this Ramatra is in spawn right here, it's gonna be very difficult for you to heal that Ramatra. I'm just saying at that point. Yeah, no. If they said anything right there, that is on the Ramatra at that point, okay? Listen, and you even tried. You tried teleporting to him. It just didn't TP to him. Quick suggestion here, by the way, when you're playing this map. This goes for anybody. If you're behind this spot right here, you can actually take this elevator up, and while you're not going to get, like, value, like, sorry, let me kind of rephrase this. You can get value from up there, but you can use this as a way to survive, and then just jump down up to the high ground and get out. So you going across here, I don't know if they're going to get you or not, gives it way more opportunity for them to get value and get you. Just remember that, like, on this map, you can escape that way. Obviously, you got out, but taking that elevator up can be a good play. You can still escape, or it gives you time to get your cooldowns up, and you can switch step up. So far, you know, outside of playing like 17,000 feet back, not bad. Honestly, again, to like the discussion here where you were saying about how like your tank was saying they weren't getting healed there, they just sat there in front of a bastion, okay? A Ramatra not blocking cannot face tank a bastion with the heal comp that you're on right now. I want to watch what the Ramatra does too. Good cleanse. Good cleanse. You can't do anything about your soldier getting out there. All right, I need to see something here. I mean, like, listen. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. There is nothing you can do about this right here. You cleansed your Ramatra. They had every opportunity to go through this doorway. Instead, they decided to play the piano over here. Also, what? I have played this map so many times, I have never looked at this picture right here. Anyway. You're new to Overwatch 2, which character should you main? I think one of the awesome things about Overwatch is there's a lot of heroes that try and play, so like I think what you find, what you enjoy to play. That's what's cool about Overwatch, a lot of heroes. So find what you want to play and enjoy. Especially when you're new. Only recommendation so far is you can play a little bit further up. Yeah, so this is what's happening right now. I can already tell what's going on. I don't know if, like, your tank is going to switch off Ramatra. Okay. I need to see something here. Yeah, honestly, your Ramatra can't do much about that. That's not your fault. You don't have cleanse. That's fine. And they got rezzed anyway. Yeah, no, you can't do anything with that one. Ramatra couldn't get out of that one. That was a good bastion, to be honest with you. Okay. What are we going to talk about right here, chat? Always try to be doing something after a team fight is won. Take high ground. Don't sit around the cart and wait for something to happen. Go to the high ground. You can be more proactive up here. You can make plays. They have to react to you playing on the high ground. If you just sit here, they're going to be the aggressor and just make a play. Look at your team. It literally looks like everybody in your team just minimized. Look at this. The team fight's over. It looks like everybody just minimized or just took a break for a second. Like, oh, wait, 1 second. I gotta minimize for a second. Wait, I need to. 1 second. Everyone tapped out. But that's fine. So taking the high ground there could be like a super important play on that one. Yeah, they were checking screen recordings on Spotify. Good Kitsune. I'll tell you why. A Bastion, top and turret form right there. That's a good Kitsune. Now, once again, what is happening is your Ramatra is trying to face tank a Bastion. It doesn't matter how, like, in my opinion, even if you are perfectly hitting every single one of your heals right there, also, you could have easily got on the card there. Even if you're hitting your heals perfectly right there, Ramatra, unless they're full blocking, which your Ramatra's just punching, your Ramatra, you cannot face tank that. If they block the whole time and commit to the block, there's a chance because of what? Was it like 75% damage reduction? They're not doing that. They're just punching. They're like, oh, I'm going in. Also, I'd recommend getting on the card. As we saw there, you could have easily touched the point. But that is, so far with this game going right now, I think that's the least of the worries of this game here. Okay, on Sigma now, so that playstyle can shift. I will say, Sigma's a good swap right here. Remember how we've talked about how when you play really far back, when you do that, things like that will happen right there. It's okay to play a little bit closer. Your heals have travel time. And on top of that, like, for example, you wanted to go for like a Suzu there. You ended up Suzu in the car. That Bastion fell over. That was a good Suzu. Sometimes you can use Suzu like that. Keep in mind, like, people will look at Suzu sometimes and be like, why'd you use it right there? Sometimes, like, you from the point of view of, like, the Kiriko, it might be like, okay, it doesn't make as much sense. But think about this. Hear me out, chat. And it happens all the time now when I play Junker Queen. And let me tell you, how often are you playing like Junker Queen or like a tank or some hero, and you need that 10% ult charge, and you go for like this Carnage, and Kiriko randomly cleanses, and then you don't hit your Carnage because you can't do your damage, and then they roll you because you were playing purely based off of you being able to get that pick, right? Sometimes Suzus like that can work out for your team because it may look a little bit scuffed from the point of view of the Kiriko, but the other team can't do damage during that, and sometimes it's like, what the? I'm not saying that was a perfect Suzu, but like sometimes those can be fine. Is that a sim flanking?
Let me balance you out.
Actuating the barrier.
Your Sigma needs to back up behind a wall. If your Sigma keeps pushing, they're gonna run out of cooldowns. If your Sigma keeps pushing, they're gonna run out of cooldowns. It's okay to TP to your Sigma now. It's okay to TP to your Sigma. Your Sigma has good positioning. Okay, one thing I will say is you are playing pretty far back sometimes, which is okay at times, but you can play a little bit closer. You'll get quicker. You won't have as much travel time on that.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
Well, now, was that Bastion all worth it? Absolutely not. But was it actually worth it? Honestly, yeah. Worth. Sometimes you have to.
That syzygy!
Under my protection.
That other Bastion's mad right now. That other Bastion was not having it. They're going for you right away. You can go to your Sigma here. You can go to your Sigma. You're fine. You're now multiple. You can go to your Sigma. Might have been, I will say, it might have been a tad bit late on going to the Sigma. Like, it's okay to go there then, because you already have, like, I think it was a 4v3 at that point, and if they get you randomly on that, you still have Suzu. You know what I love right now? How every time that you use your Kitsune, your teammates go, I'm not using that. Listen, could that increase how fast I shoot and the speed we have there? Absolutely. Am I going to stand in that and actually use it? Absolutely not. Nope, I'm going the other way. I'm going through the small doorway to the left. Not going to go into the giant doorway where there's less damage here. Okay? I'm going to go into the small doorway to the left and try to make a play from there. I'm actually going to soldier ult from the doorway. They're somehow still going to win the team fight, right? Said same with Baptiste window. Oh, yeah, you know what? You know what you do with Bap window? Are you ready? You want to know how you use Bap window? You know who's really good with Bap window? Bap. Just use it for Bap. Listen, if somebody wants to get behind your window sometimes and everybody in your chat is communicating, or your team is communicating, absolutely go for it, right? But if nobody's going to use your window, just use it for Bap. He said use it for cast high noon. I can already tell you what's going to happen. All right? This is what's going to happen. I'll show you. Ready? This is the window right here. This is the window. You pop your window, Cassidy High Noon's behind your window, then does this.
It's high noon.
Now you have no value with that window in High Noon anyway, so you know that's not happening. I will literally watch Cassidy's sit behind a window and then just walk right in front of it. Won't even stay behind it, won't have the quicker damage output they can do with that. They'll walk right in front of it. All right, here we go. To get a better view.
The payload advances. Halor.
You know, I'm really curious to see how this goes right here. I don't know what this Bastion has planned. Is this Bastion trying to flank this Bastion? Oh, I think the Morris keyboard just broke right there. Are we having like a duel right here between these Bastions? Is that what's happening? Oh no, I have to see. All right, well, that was something. All right, let's head back to the Kiriko. Yeah, somehow, chat, are we surprised to see that Bastion going back to spawn? I also like how the Bastion tried to solo that Bastion. Keep in mind, there's no way your Sigma right there was going to be able to survive that play. So if your Sigma was mad about dying in that Orisa ultimate while being the only one up there by themselves, not on you. I will say, though, you can play a little bit closer to get the heals out a little bit quicker to your Sigma. All right?
What is that synergy?
A new dawn for you. Arigato.
All right, let's talk about this. I just want to point out how far away you're playing right now. Like, at this point, I will say, your Sigma, where they're at right now, this is fine. Right here, where this Sigma is at currently, is perfectly fine. They moved in, they ulted. When you're this far back, you're not going to be able to heal your teammate. This is way too far back. And this is what I mean. This is something you can definitely improve on. You might have some times where you might feed, but I think as you play that style a little bit more, you'll know when, okay, I don't want to push in aggressively here, but you'll start to understand that more. If you're always playing this far back, you're not even going to know if it's like, okay, should I go in there to help my Sigma? Is it possible to do that? When you play this far back, like, look at this. You can't even TP to your teammate. Kiriko's TP is like 500 meters, and you won't even be able to get to the Sigma. Now, it's not obviously 500 meters, I know that, but like, you can't even get to the Sigma at that point.
Your day just got made.
Good cleanse there. You can push up here. Push up a little bit further, it's okay. And then you're gonna be good to go on that. Like, there's no way. And once you start to see how close you can play, you'll get a better understanding of that play style too, right? Like, yeah, sometimes you might feed while doing that, but like, the more you do that and you see what play works and what doesn't, it's a lot easier to make that decision when you're playing in the game, right? It becomes a lot easier because you get more experience doing that. Got the play. Got the point. Yeah, you can also go high ground there too. Exactly. Taking high ground is super important in these maps. You need to learn the maps. That is a huge... learning the maps is a huge part of Overwatch. These Bastions have been solo ulting each other the whole time. I need to see it. These Bastions are not having it.
I could have walked back.
These Bastions are having like the duel. They're just Bastion dueling the whole time. The whole time they're Bastion dueling. Oh, that's great.
Let the Kitsune guide you. Surrender to my will.
During this, you can do a lot of damage, right? And you also want to push up with this. When you're, and don't get me wrong, if they counter with the same ultimate, that's fine. But you're not playing too aggressive with that. And this is one of the things you wanted was feedback. You can play more aggressive. You can do more damage during these type of plays. And when you have this, you're also going to heal faster too. So go in there, heal your teammates during that, and you're going to get a lot more value out of that play. All right? If you stay really far back, even if you're only healing, you're going to get more value out of that. Instead, when you look at the range you're at, look at the travel distance, like you're not giving yourself a ton of opportunity to get that Sigma fully healed. You want to play a little bit closer than that. Okay, you won that. I will say you probably cleansed a bit too early, but that's fine. Like you knew the idea of like cleansing that, which is perfectly fine. Okay, so this is what's happening too. When you play like this, all right, you are waiting on your teammates to get in your line of sight and be able to be at the area that you're at, right? On Ana, this can happen sometimes, right? You play certain parts of the map, you let your teammates know. Kiriko has a lot more opportunity to get in there with their teammates and heal, or make a play with damage. When you play like this, you're just sitting there waiting for them to get in your LOS. You're playing this angle. If they're anywhere else besides right here, they're not getting healed. So now you're just using your cleanse because you have to, because you're so far away.
The breeze brings relief.
I gotta talk about this very quickly. I just want to point out, this soldier right here was the Bastion. I don't know what's going on this game. I don't know if they were typing to each other or whatever, but they were solo ulting each other the whole time. Nobody else, they didn't go for anybody else. This soldier has been solo ulted by that Bastion ever since that Bastion solo ulted them. Oh, that's great.
Restoring your light.
I'd recommend TPing to the left side of that point, just to get them up a little bit quicker. It worked out just fine. But like, yeah, that's my recommendation.
Meet your fate.
Ooh, I think you might at least have a chance to tie this game. Good cleanse. Hey, you know what? There's a chance to draw this game. You can draw. Okay, I gotta talk about this. I've watched a few Hollywood, like, Spectating bronze games now. This is, like, a go-to spot for some players, and I haven't figured out, like, if this gets a ton of value or not. Why are his arms rotating? Oh, you know, just... having a good time? I need to see what happens there. Actually, you know what? I'm going away from you for 1 second. I need to see this. Yeah, that's pretty much what I expected. That's pretty much what I expected, okay? Like, because I'm like, I'm thinking, you don't even have anywhere to go if you run at them. And they're on Reaper, so they have distance.
The goddess is
Hey, I like that TP. That's what I'm talking about right there, by the way. I like that TP. That Orisa also just ran at them when they have a Bastion in turret form and a full charge Zarya. Probably not gonna be able to keep him up during that.
Thanks. Nice to have my back.
This Bastion's flanking and getting multiple, by the way, just so you know. Here, I'll tell you what's gonna happen here.
Sunshine.
Oh no, it's the Pharah! Now I'm seeing a bit more aggressive TPs now. I like this. I like this.
Just anyone. I've got you.
All right. So here's what I want you to do here. I want you to use Kitsune aggressive with your Bastion when they have turret form again. Let me explain why. It could be pretty much a guaranteed team fight win, which then gives opportunity for like there to be come down to one team fight, and you can just stack ults with your team. Also, okay, listen. I know that you said that your tank was saying that your teammates were not healing. I'm gonna be real with you here. I need everybody to see this point of view here. There is no way that your Orisa pushes into this room and expects to get fully healed. It is not gonna happen. There is a Bastion in turret form in a small room where there's no help that can be had. That is not gonna happen. Don't get me wrong, there are times you could have easily healed the tank or been closer, which might have helped keep your tank up a little bit more, but that is no, this is a play that's not gonna, at that point, no, that ain't gonna happen.
Under my protection.
You gotta Kitsune here. You gotta Kitsune. You gotta counter with Kitsune. You have counter with Kitsune. Counter with Kitsune. Counter with Kitsune. You got it. First of all, I need to go back a couple seconds here. I need to watch this Bastion get solo ulted again. One more time. Just to go with the theme of... It's just so good. Every single time. All right, so obviously you lost the game there. Here's my take I have on that. When you have when you have Kitsune, be proactive with your ultimate. Setting the tone and like being aggressive as a team makes the other team have to react to you. This goes for any rank. And the other team to have to react to your plays most of the time will go in favor of the team making the first play. Don't get me wrong, if the other team's prepared for it, has good counter ults, etc., you can lose those fights. But I feel that more often than not, when you're being aggressive with your ults and being the aggressor with the plays, even when you lose somebody right there, your Kitsune alone can buy enough time for your teammates to get back, or for the other team to have to react with all their ultimates not in the way they want to use them. Instead, they make the first play, and then you lose the team fight. Be more proactive with that, and also, biggest feedback I have, play a little bit closer to your teammates. But a lot of the plays they were doing was being aggressive by themselves in like their spawn or backline. Especially with the play style you were playing there, you're not gonna be able to keep them up. If you play aggressive, maybe, but then also like that also can be like, you can also play off of how your tank's playing. If your tank's playing aggressive, well, guess what? You're playing aggressive now. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, because there's nothing you can do about that at that point if your tank's gonna go in and feed over and over again. So sometimes what I'll do, like, let's say I'm playing Diva, right? And I have a backline that needs more help on peel. Rather than play an aggressive tank, I play a more passive tank to be able to sit there and peel for my teammates. Let's say I have an aggressive team who wants to play aggro, my backline has no issues. Like, at that point, I can play more aggressive, right? So I'm adapting to more of what the playstyle of what my team's doing, which means and I end up playing around more of what, like, my team as a whole is playing. So if your team wants to play aggressive, that's fine, but you're going to have to play aggressive with your Orisa to be able to get that value. Otherwise, your Orisa or your Sigma, whatever they were playing at times, is going to get rolled. Anyway, there's that. Hope you enjoyed. If you like this video, make sure to sub to the YouTube. Leave a comment what heroes you'd like to see. Obviously, on the second channel, especially, we're going to be doing a lot more of like just spectating in general. It has the same bingo vibe. There's no bingo card with it. So sub to all 3 YouTubes you have it. And if you want to, you know, we record these live on stream. So obviously, you can always stop by and watch them when we do record them. And join the Discord. Check out the merch store. Hope you all have an amazing day/night.